This is inner motion. We don't run from the dark. We walk straight into it, and we come out unrecognizable. There's a version of you alive right now that won't be here much longer. The version that still dreams big, still aches to be more, still has time to try. That version is fading, and most people won't notice until it's gone. You think this is just another phase, just another year, just another season of figuring it out, but it's not. This is a moment in your life that you'll never get back, and one day you'll wish you treated it like it mattered. You don't get to be 22 again. You don't get to wake up in this body again. You don't get another shot at your first shot. You think you're stuck. You're not stuck, you're just waiting, and time is still moving without you. The cruel thing about life is that it doesn't ask. If you're ready, it doesn't care about your fears. It doesn't wait for your confidence to arrive. It just keeps going, and if you don't go with it, you'll look up and realize you missed the most important years of your life, waiting to feel ready. No alarms, no warning signs. Just slow, silent steps, and it's gone. That's how youth fades, not with a bang, but with a scroll, with another lazy morning, with one more excuse. You don't notice it at first. You feel like you've got time, but time isn't loud. It doesn't beg you to use it. It just keeps walking away from you. 1 year becomes 2. A pause becomes a pattern. You tell yourself you're figuring things out, but deep down, you're just avoiding the mirror. And that's the scariest part. Time lets you pretend. It lets you lie to yourself. It gives you just enough rope to hang your dreams on. And by the time you feel the weight, it's too late. You look back and realize your best years weren't stolen. You gave them away, not in one grand mistake, but in 1,000 small moments of not today. Youth isn't something you lose. It's something you waste. And the pain doesn't come all at once. It creeps in slowly. Every time you see someone younger chasing what you were too afraid to go after, every time someone less talented wins, not because they were better, but because they started, because they stopped waiting, and you didn't. Regret doesn't show up all at once. It waits, it watches, then it creeps in when you least expect it. In the quiet moments, when you see an old photo, when you walk past someone chasing what you gave up on, when you realize the window is smaller now, and you didn't even notice it closing. It's not dramatic, it's subtle. That's what makes it dangerous. It's the voice in your head that says, you could have been further. You had everything, and you let it sit. You were young, hungry, free, and you wasted it. You want to know what real pain is? It's not failure. It's knowing you never even gave yourself a chance to fail. You never went all in. You never committed. You kept your foot on the brake because you were scared of the speed. And now, you're watching life pass you by like a train you were supposed to be on. The worst part isn't missing it. It's realizing you were standing on the platform the whole time, telling yourself you'd get on the next one. But some trains don't come back. Some doors only open once. And you just kept checking your phone, waiting for a better moment to move. But there is no better moment. There never was. There's only now. And you already know that, because regret's been whispering it to you for years. You keep hoping the universe will give you permission, that it'll send a sign, that it'll place some glowing arrow in front of you saying, go now. But what if the sign is the ache you feel every morning? What if the sign is the way you flinch when someone asks what you've been working on? What if the sign is the silence when you're alone and the voice in your chest won't shut up? You think signs are loud, but sometimes they're quiet. They show up as discomfort. They show up as anxiety. They show up as the sinking feeling that you're meant for more, but you're not doing anything about it. That feeling, that's the sign. And the longer you ignore it, the heavier it gets. It doesn't go away. It just buries itself deeper, until you wake up one day numb, not because you healed, but because you gave up. The world won't slap you awake. It won't drag you toward your purpose. It'll let you rot in your comfort if you let it. So here it is, your sign. This moment, these words, this voice, telling you, move now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now, because no one's going to save you from the life you're avoiding, and no one's going to build the life you want, but you. You think staying still means staying the same. It means fading it slowly, quietly, without warning. You don't just wake up one day, forgotten. You disappear, piece by piece. A skipped workout here, a missed opportunity there, a dream you stop talking about, a fire you stop feeding. And before you know it, you're a shadow of what you could have been. Still breathing, but not alive. Still moving, but not toward anything that matters. People don't see it from the outside, because you still smile, you still go out, you still pretend. But inside, you feel it. You know something's missing. You know you're supposed to be more than this. And it haunts you, in quiet moments, in loud rooms. When you're surrounded by people, but feel completely alone. Because deep down, you know you've been shrinking, and the more you avoid that truth, the faster you disappear. Not because someone took your place, but because you stepped aside. Because you thought you had more time. But you don't fight for your life now. You'll lose it, piece by piece, without even noticing. You don't need to hit rock bottom to begin. You don't need some tragic moment to wake you up. This is enough, this quiet realization, this uncomfortable truth. You're not done yet. You're not broken beyond repair. You're just out of rhythm. And rhythm can be rebuilt, one beat at a time. It starts small, a decision, a walk, a rep, a promise you actually keep. Not because it's easy, but because it's time. Because the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to recognize yourself in the mirror. You've seen what waiting does. You've lived in delay. You've let days bleed into weeks, and weeks dissolve into years. But that ends now, because you're tired of disappearing. You're tired of lying to yourself. You're tired of seeing what you could be and doing nothing about it. So, start. Before it's perfect, before you feel ready, before the fear leaves, start while your hands still shake. Start while your voice still doubts. Start because you refuse to rot in silence anymore. This isn't your end. This is your re-entry, your return. You're beginning again. You don't get strong by thinking about the gym. You don't gain clarity by overthinking. You build power through movement. You build momentum by showing up again and again. And again, no one's coming to light the fire. Under you, it's your job to strike the match. It's your job to keep it burning when no one's watching. Discipline isn't about motivation, it's about doing it anyway. When you're tired, when you're bored, when no one claps. The gap between the man you are and the man you could be. That's not potential. That's action or the lack of it. So, build the muscle. Show up tired. Show up late. Show up late. Show up imperfect. Just don't vanish again. Every step you take in the right direction makes the next one easier. Every rep builds the rhythm. Every decision adds weight to your momentum. Keep moving, not for the world, not for validation, but for the part of you that's sick of starting over. Because momentum doesn't show up on its own. It's forged, it's earned, and it begins now. You didn't fight through all that darkness to crawl back into it. You didn't rebuild yourself just to let it crumble again. You didn't bleed through the silence, just to fall silent now. You've come too far to quit, too far to stall, too far to start over again, because starting again would mean dying again. The man you used to be, he was lost in hesitation. He was comfortable with distraction. He thought time would wait. But you've seen too much now. You know how fast the years slip through your fingers. You know how heavy regret becomes when you ignore it long enough. So, don't turn back. Don't slow down just because it's hard. That pain you're feeling, it's proof you're in motion. It means something's changing. It means you're not numb anymore. You're in the fire now, and you're not burning. You're forging. So keep going, even if it's slow, even if it's quiet, even if no one notices. Because this version of you, the one who refused to vanish, is worth finishing the mission for. Every time you pause for too long, you invite the old version of you back in. Every moment of hesitation gives weakness a chance to settle. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentless. You don't need to be the best. You just need to not quit, because the world isn't won by the most talented. It's won by the most consistent. So show up again and again and again until it becomes impossible to imagine yourself not showing up. You've built too much to drop it now. You've sacrificed too much to go quiet again. And if you quit now, you won't just lose momentum, you'll lose trust with yourself. And once that's gone, everything else collapses. So keep pushing, not because it's easy, but because you'd rather suffer forward than start over in shame. Stay relentless, or start over. That's the choice. Every single day, you'll never be this young again. This bold, this hungry, this close to turning it all around. It doesn't matter if you've wasted time before. It doesn't matter if you've delayed, quit, or disappeared. What matters is that you still have breath, you still have fire. Beyond, if you're reading this, you still have a chance. But chances don't wait. Youth doesn't pause. And time doesn't care. You do not get this moment again, not in this body, not with this heart, not with this window of possibility. So take it, take the risk, take the next step. Take your life seriously, because this is the beginning and the ending. This is the version of you that chooses to rise, or the one that fades away forever. You won't be this young again. So live like it matters, move like it's urgent, build like it's now or never, because it is. This is inner motion we don't run from. The dark, we walk straight into it, and we come out unrecognizable.